This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This brother Tazapah here with you once again with another lesson. In this lesson, I wanted to speak to the state of America and its evident decline. All right, which for those who don't see it, you're obviously in denial because it's evident from those that are in power and residing over this corporation to the idiots that it produces, that this system produces. America has nowhere to go, all right, but into perdition or destruction, all right? You can't say, oh, we're on a road to not even recovery. You can't say we're projected toward greatness here. No, it's evident that America is in the shithole and is circling the drain, all right? And this being an election year, 2024 here in America, people are still counting on and looking for their vote to make a difference. And what people, the entertainment crazed society of America, what they're missing is that America has been in a slow ball coup d'etat since 2001, with September 11, 2001 to be exact. All right, America has been on the road to becoming a third world banana republic dictatorship. And this is where we find ourselves today, all right? And so, as the scripture goes, right, and we're going to go up to the top. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, but not only will he instruct them, he's going to give them the counsel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. He's going to instruct them in the counsel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and in turn, the Lord will look down on that society and smile upon it, all right? And when the Lord smiles on your society, then you're on the road to prosperity, serenity, peace, riches, wealth, all right? Better days. But when the Most High looks down and he's furious, he's infuriated, all right, and scowling at this place, well, then you have what you have here in America. And there is no returning from this. Where America is right now, it'll only get worse. All right? From the smash and grabs to the homicides, like 100 people got shot just in Chicago alone over the past weekend. Then turn right around and all throughout the South and the Midwest, you know, Hurricane Beryl put in work. All right, and that's just what, a month and a half, 2 months, let's just say 2 months, almost 2 months from the previous tornado that we had that tore up a pretty good amount of Houston. All right, people rebuilding fences and all of this stuff only to have their house smashed in or the same fence destroyed. You see, that's when the Most High frowns upon your society, when you're being ruled by the wicked. Job 9:24 states expressly that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? And so as Romans, the 9th chapter states, only he who now letteth will let. The Most High is allowing this. It wasn't, man, let's go get some of these precepts. It wasn't as the Most High said, right? Here in Ecclesiastes. See, I was in the book of Ecclesiasticus, but now we got to go to Ecclesiastes, King Solomon, right? Chapter 7, verse 29. And it says, let's go here. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, had made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. You see, the Most High didn't intend for all of this. Now, it was in his plans. I can't say that. It was in his plans, but the things that are going on in the earth right now do not please Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, at all. All of this shit that's going on are the inventions of men, just as democracy here in America, that's an invention of man. And democracy doesn't work. Case in point, America. Just look at America. All right, now I mentioned September 11, 2001. All right, and I marked that as, because it has been ongoing, but that's when they really started to speed things up with the destroying of the World Trade Towers. All right, and what did you have then? You had a president in office of this corporation of the United States who had a questionable, you know, some say he stole the election, George W. Bush, but it was questionable to say the least with George W. Bush, when he went up against Al Gore. All right, and that was a questionable election of 2000, and Bush took office 2001. All right, 9 months later, you had September 11th, and we saw a great loss of liberties that was protected by the Constitution. Well, that's when they began stripping you U.S. citizens of those liberties that was granted to you by the Constitution, and Bush's own record as stating that the Constitution is nothing more than a piece of paper. See, now making a statement like that as president of this corporation, does he sound like a freedom-loving American? Like he's someone for your best interest? You know, and your rights have been, you know, slowly but surely, little by little, taken away from that point till now. And it's still being taken away. All right. And now here we see, we have a president residing over this corporation, Joe Biden. All right. An unwise king, an unwise ruler with a very questionable electoral win, presidential election, you know, victory over Donald Trump in 2020. So you see that? Bush in 2000, Republican, George W. Bush, questionable election in 2000. Joe Biden, very questionable election, 2020, 20 years later. And What did we get out of this what do you call it, administration? Straight foolishness. I mean, you've seen, I mean, the coup is in full effect. And like I say, if you don't see it, that's because you don't want to see it. You're not trying to see it. You're in denial. This is a coup taking place to turn America into a third world country. And now you had non-citizens coming over here being granted rights and having access to the commonwealth of the U.S. citizens that they can't even access, but they have access to it. Why? Because you're under a coup. I told you back in 2020 that the U.S. was under a siege when they pulled the whole shutdown. That was a siege. And now, as long as you got your baseball, especially your football and basketball, you don't question anything. Because you think this is America. Like Childish Gambino said, you think this is America. Oh, we still got football. We still, got LeBron. Now LeBronny. Yeah, this is still America. Still the greatest country on earth. And I had an Israelite argue with me at the job that the U.S. military is still holding weight. People are not only in denial, but they're in a state of delusion. But we understand here at Great Millstone, that is, we understand that the Most High have the people in derision. But see, these are the many inventions that's being sought out by man. You see, your own inventions can blind you to the fact that, hey, you're in a pot of boiling water right now. You're in a big ass pot of boiling water. And your goose is about to be cooked, as they say. And goose is unclean to eat. But, they got these expressions that's, I don't know where they get this shit from or what it's based on, but yeah, you people, y'all done. Y'all are done and don't even know it. All right? Let me see. I want to go there. Yeah, I'm going to go here. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Now, understand this, all right? Vision, first and foremost, we're talking about prophecy here, all right? On a grand spiritual scale, vision is in reference to the prophecies. All right. So in other words, you got to be tuned in to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now the problem is with Esau, he's tuned in to the Most High, but it's not to your benefit. He's tuned in through Satan on the left-hand side. All right. So they had vision, That's why they was allowed to prosper for so long and to bring about this dystopian nightmare that's getting ready to be unfolded right before your very eyes. All right? So we can't say this man don't have vision. No, he had vision. The proof of that, let's jump over or go back to Ecclesiastes. So matter of fact, yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll go from here. All right, Ecclesiastes 12. And I want to just go right to the point here. Verse 3. Now, this is Ecclesiastes again, chapter 12, verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of windows, or those that look out of the windows, be darkened. So what is that saying? Well, those that look out of the windows are Esau's soothsayers, his monthly prognosticators, his seers, those who give him or enable him to have the vision. All right? Because they're dealing on the left-hand side with the spiritual demon Satan and his unholy hierarchy. All right, that's who they answer to. And Satan, he puts them on game. He keep them on game. You know, hey, look, you need to do this. Now, we need to set this up for September 11th because that's going to be the best time. We're going to get the most bang for our buck when we pull this ritual off. You know, he's giving them the spiel. Satan, he's giving these Edomites the spiel, so to speak. So he has his people, all right, to give him vision. All right. Just as King David, most of the kings, all of the kings of Israel had prophets. Prophets were known as seers. Okay. Because in the time of the kings, you know, King Saul, and on to King David, and on down that lineage, those two offices of king and prophet, or priest, king and priest, had to remain separate until Yahweh unified those offices. All right, but back then they had to remain separate. So, and King David, he was a seer, but he could not be a priest, although he did initiate some things in the eating of the showbread, and those things were a shadow of what was to come. But anyway, this just goes to show that Esau had vision. All right, I got to stress had, because it says, again, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, meaning there's going to be less work for you U.S. citizens, especially with these illegals coming over here. And that ain't a shot to them, you know, but they're coming in illegally. All right? They're not following the laws and guidelines of becoming a U.S. citizen. So I just say, you know, these illegals, and a lot of them is criminals anyway. Not all of them, but a lot of them coming over here just to rape, rob, and pillage. And I see the stories. That's exactly what a lot of them are doing. Setting up criminal cartels and whatnot. And that's neither here nor there. The point here being is that it says that the strong men, well, the keepers of the house, that's Esau. And I quoted Job 9:24, that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked are the keepers of the house right now. So in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, Most High is going to strike fear into their hearts. And it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves. The strong men is going to become punks. And the grinders cease because they are few works, or few jobs. And those that look out of windows be darkened. There be no vision. So at one point, there was plenty of vision. But now, the prophets have been set up. We've taken over. The prophets of the Lord have taken over, and we are the ones running, just as Habakkuk stated. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. But he said that they that read it shall run. And I'm loosely paraphrasing, but that's what we're doing. We've taken this thing up and we're running with it. So the visions are coming through us now. Their windows are darkened. All the Most High showed them is, yep, you're at the end now. This is it. This is it for you. The Lord is coming back. Time to pay your tab. You know, it's at the end of the evening. You done ate your meal, and then you know what comes after you eating the meal. The tab. Here comes the check. And it's got to be paid. Well, that's where we're at. There's nothing else to see for Edom, except slavery. So his windows are darkened. Ours are just now, opening up. So this devil has no vision right now. He thinks he's about to establish this NWO, and he thinks he's about to fill his belly, but the Most High has another thing coming for this devil. All right, so, yeah, okay, so that was that. Going back to Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Right, so everybody following this man with no vision, not only will he perish, but you're going to perish right along with him, because you're not wise enough to seek the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. Well, I can't put that on y'all, because if the Most High don't want you to get it, you're not going to get it. So that is what that is. But of a fact, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. All right? So, right. The vision now is with the righteous prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and those that take heed to the words of the prophets, they're the ones going to see prosperity. They're the ones that's going to be fruitful. And you know why? Because they're the ones going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So going back and looking at this, Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right? Which is everything that America is not. America is not well ordered because there is no prudence in leadership here. Everyone's out on the take, corrupt as all get out, and could care less about you and your needs or the needs of your family. They'd rather talk about abortion. Oh, bring back Roe v. Wade. And you're in the midst of war. And you've made abortion a talking point in this election. Because they know Joe Biden don't have nothing that he can run on but abortion to garner the people's favor. That's all he can drum up is abortion. So now that's become an issue of a political debate. And not all of these illegals, lack of, the grinding ceasing, these should be number one topics. All right? Get these criminals out of here, bring back jobs. It's a laundry list of things. Then abortion wouldn't be on my list nowhere. Besides, yeah, Trump did a good thing. Leave it, you know. And really, you know, all Trump did was he took it out of the hands of the feds and left the decision making up to the states. All right. So it really ain't even abolished or illegal. It's just some states have said, look, we're not doing that. But that's an issue. And not all of the money leaking out. If you're in $34 trillion of debt and funding 2 wars right now, and that's not what you want to talk about. But I understand why. Because this scripture right here, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And let's see what manner of man the ruler of the city is.
Anyway, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. I was just thinking, anyway, I just, look, I mean, Putin's kleptocracy, yeah. It was in January, after being elected. The late January, early February. He said, it's not, we lead, not just, well, I won't go into it. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. For 2 reasons. One, it's an impact that decades have been making, because inaction was there was inaction with the Department of from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa. The best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, the idea that
bless his heart.
And Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce her, Shanga. But there's, there to be, beginning this effort, and I want you to know that I want to thank you as well for, but the nature, not America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him look, a solid meeting with the Los Angeles and what am I doing here? From the they also increase corporate growth. They make a very good point. Here's the deal. $159 billion left. My plan is to make concrete. I know President,
And it goes on like that for another, almost another 2 minutes, all right? And let's look at this verse again. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So I get it if you can't comprehend. Y'all allegedly voted for Joe. All right? So if Joe is slow, you voted for him to represent you, you obviously must be slow, especially since y'all ain't, that was a compilation of clips from his tenure as commander-in-chief for the past 3.5 years, but nobody even said a word until this recent debate 2 weeks ago with Donald Trump. Now all of a sudden he's unfit for office. Something got to be done about Joe. He needs to step down. Well, that clip you just saw was from his entire time from 2021 to the recent debacle at that debate. That's been his whole tenure. So the people are obviously like him. Because y'all wasn't crying out, y'all wasn't saying anything, y'all was just go along to get along. Give me my baseball and my football. Give me my hoops. Or your basketball wives, housewives of Atlanta, Sex in the City, whatever got your attention, all right? It ain't reality, because people here in America are not living in reality. Reality is, he is a sign. Joe Biden is the handwriting on the wall that America has fully been taken over and compromised. And the coup is set. The coup d'etat has been established. All right? So much so that a lot of you turn teams and you're going to vote for Trump, who in my opinion will be your third world dictator. And that's just in my opinion. All right? But notice it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Let's look at his top officer, right? Let's take a look at his top officer.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What 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 can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has 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 been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be.
Now, I know you say,
unburdened.
how many times can she say that? This is just half of the video. So it goes on. That goes on for another 2 minutes. Bless her heart as well. These people are a reflection of you Americans, all right? Slow, dim-witted airheads. You're being made mockery of. And then your answer is to still go to the polls, to go vote. You're being made mockery of. All right, this is a joke. It's like she got the word from her higher ups. Look, bitch, this is what you say, and you don't say nothing else. Because if you ever listen to her, that's probably the most comprehensive or comprehensible thing that you probably ever heard her say. All right, because in the words of Jane Mount, she's a master of the word salad, meaning this bitch can talk for 5 or 10 minutes and not say a goddamn thing. She's a master at it. And that comes with skill. You got to know what you do. She hasn't been trained to do that. But she can take you into loops, and then you like go back and listen to what did she say? And you go back and listen 2 or 3 times, and yeah, she ain't said shit. You know? Just like this little statement. What does that mean? Where is it coming from? Y'all do the research on it. I don't care, because in between her cackling like a goddamn hyena, she's never did or said nothing, never had any impact as a vice president, you know, because she wasn't meant to be. That's why she was put into office. This is a lame duck administration. Why? Because it's under a coup d'etat. So they're not going to get anything done on your behalf. Shit, look. According to y'all voted for these idiots. So ain't nobody worried about y'all. Unbelievable. All right? It's unbelievable. This shit is unbelievable. And so again, Sirach chapter 10, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right? Now that's what the Heavenly Father is setting up. He's raising up prudent leaders, prudent, competent, uncorruptible leaders. Okay? And this is where a lot of the trouble comes from. Corruption within leadership. Lack of integrity. What leads to corruption? Lack of integrity. And men with no balls. So not only does it take honesty, integrity, you know, and prudence to rule, it also takes huevos. In other words, balls. That's why a woman is not to lead. A woman has no balls. And if you say, oh, well, you don't have to have, yes, you have to have balls to rule. All right? And your resolve must be strong. All right? The force must be strong. All right, with your huevos. And look what verse 4 says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. All right? And that's his only begotten Yahushai, and then King David. All right? But the one is Yahushai. And as Isaiah the 9th chapter says, the government shall be upon his shoulders. Beautiful. You understand? Beautiful. He's going to order the earth. All right? Order and water the earth. All right? Well, that's why there are going to be set thrones of judgment. Psalm 122, I believe, verse 5, it says, there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. All right? The Lord is going to order the house of David. The house of David is going to water the earth. In other words, we're going to give the nations the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, now, they don't be the top men per se, but they're going to delegate. All right, the 12 is going to be the high court, just as the U.S. have its Supreme Court. The 12 is going to be the high court, and only the strictest of matters, the most delicate matters, will go before the 12. So it's going to be ordered, in other words. All right. Let's see. Now going back to Proverbs 29, this is verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right. And there's mourning all over the world, except for here in America. We still find the time to bicker and fight over meaningless, petty-ass talking points. Oh, you're blue, I'm red. Fuck you. I'm red, you're blue. Fuck you too. Oh, I have a vagina. You have a penis. Fuck you. Oh, I got a penis. You got a vagina. Fuck you back. Just asinine, base, elementary children arguments. It's on your TikTok, on your YouTube shorts, on your what is the name of Instagram, all them. I don't deal with none of those beside YouTube. But just senseless bickering, going back and forth behind nothing. Just a bunch of niggas, white and black niggas and brown niggas, wanting to be right in their own bullshit. And part of that is because you're really mourning. You're really mourning, and you turn into this social media to get your jollies. But people all over the world, they got real woes, real problems, real issues, like in Gaza. And of course Ukraine, but I mean, those are Edomites, so they need to go and get used to it. Them Ukrainians just two-time losers. So they can go and get used to that, catching hell. But yeah, people around the world have real issues, and they are mourning. Now of course, people mourning now throughout the Midwest, down south. Some of them lost homes, lost property, vehicles, whatnot. See, the Lord has to do that to wake you niggas up. I'm talking about you Babylonian niggas, whatever color you is. I'm not talking about black folks. Niggas come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Nigger is not a black thing. It goes back to the word nigard, which is a stingy, miserly, just a niggerly type of person. So, yeah, Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right? And we can rejoice. At Great Millstone, we can rejoice because we're in the kingdom. Or, let me word it this way, according to Luke 17:21, the kingdom is in us. There's a ruler over that kingdom. It ain't just, we in the kingdom. No, that means you're under the king's rule. When you talk about being in a kingdom, you're talking about being under a king's rule. Well, where do you get that from? The law, you idiots, you Christian idiots. It's talking about, the law is done away with. Well, you can never be a part of the kingdom. So we just read how through the rulership of the prudent, a city is well ordered. Well, what do you think the Lord is going to order his city with? It shall be ordered with the law, biblical law, all right, the Mosaic law, straight out of the Torah. So if you're saying, well, I belong to that kingdom, why wouldn't you be exercising your, how did the scripture word it, your rehearsal in the righteous acts? A nigga quick to tell you, and I'm talking about you black folk now, you Christians quick to tell you, well, it really is, white folks too, white Christians that is, quick to tell you, I know I'm saved. And then turn around in the same breath and tell you, but the law is done away with. Well, you're not saved. The law is not going to save you, but the law shows your affiliation. It's just like your with your flag or your rag. You know? So anyway, kingdom people do kingdom things. They're not going to do worldly things and just spew out talking points and think that covers them. No. It's all about faith. But as James put it, James chapter 2, beginning at the 17th verse, faith without works is dead. So your faith has to be validated by your works. But what are your works? Doing everything that was commanded you by the king. And that makes you what? His subject. Kings protect their subjects. So, let me read down to 4. 4 is saying something interesting. Verse 3 says, whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. The king by judgment establisheth the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. Overthroweth it. So he that let me read that again. But he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. We know Joe Biden, all of these people are on the take. They receive gifts. And this is why your precious and beloved America is overthrown. America is overthrown and ripe for the picking. This place is poised for a fall. Okay? The king by judgment establisheth the land. You get that? And that's exactly what I was saying. When the Most High set up one that is profitable, he's going to order the city with, Well, through his prudence, he's going to order the city, but he's going to order it by judgment. The judgments of the Torah. The king by judgment established the land. And that was the very first act that made King Solomon famous, was a judgment that he called. And after that, what? Israel enjoyed unparalleled peace and prosperity, unmatched to this day until we get Yahushua in office, so to speak. So the king by judgment establisheth the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. And what gift did Joe Biden receive? All right, the big man. All them illegal dealings out of Ukraine with his son Hunter Biden, Burisma or Barista Oil, the company that they was doing illegal business with. What's his cat name? His son Hunter Biden, and other felonious activities throughout the world. They all receive gifts. Hey, that's the name of the game. Hillary at that coined the term pay to play or pay for play, something to that effect. But you know exactly what she meant. And I think that was it, pay for play or pay to play. She coined that term. Well, I mean, it's an old term, but in politics, that that was the part that you don't say out loud. It was understood, but we don't speak it. But that's what you think the lobbyists are for. That's what they do. They grease pockets of politicians so that their companies can be profitable. How you think all of these chemicals are in your food? All of these unsafe vehicles. Every year they got vehicle recalls. Boeing planes falling apart in the sky. Why do you think that is? They got lobbyists to pay these politicians to look the other way and whistle while they look. This is all just a game. And if you want to be a pawn in it, then be a pawn. But me, I'm going to wait for the King of Kings to come back and sit on his throne. All right? Get knighted as a bishop or something and get to kicking ass all throughout the earth. So, man, yeah, that was beautiful. Man, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I had some more, but man, time be flying. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And this foolishness, man, it's just foolishness.
I'm just gonna add my 2 cents because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now, he had a bad night the first time that he went out and debated with Kamala Harris. And everybody wanted him to quit then, say, you can't talk to women like this, or you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. He came back, said, you know what, I got it, and gave 4 years. So, yeah, I have poopy days all the time. I step in so much poo you can't even imagine. Now, I'm not running the world, but I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying, yeah, there are 2 debates. And if he can't do what he needs to do for the second debate, I'll join any crew that says get rid of him. But loyalty to me, if you are doing the job, I might not like everything you're doing. I don't like it all. But I'm going to stand behind you like those guys stand behind the guy who should have been the person people were talking about saying, yeah, Biden had a bad day, but this guy couldn't tell the truth if it split his lip. But nobody said that, but Anna said that, I believe, or something. She's not quite as colorful as I am. But the question now...
Give me a chance.
The question now is, because lots of Democrats are coming out saying, you know, oh, find somebody else. But when we tried to do that with DT, this is my new way of just describing him. When we said, listen, he shouldn't be on the ballot. Everybody said, no. The people chose him. We can't take him off the ballot. Well, I don't understand why anybody thinks it's going to be any easier to take Biden off the ballot. I'm just going to add my 2 cents because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now, he had a bad night the first time that he went out and debated with.
How can you try? Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. By the end of a governing crisis, it's time to end it. These constant, anyway, it'll be good. Because that's why we cannot let this election be one where the same man who was president 4 years ago. I'll never forget. I won't go into that. Anyway, I just think that Florida Small Business Winner Award winner, Business Week winner. Now, he has the Evolve Institution about the former Prime Minister like to take baths of the anyway. Overruled.
So with that, I pray that you brothers are edified, and to the next one, Shalom.